Good morning and welcome to Coffee Convo Live with RE and Chosen. Special guest FD Sparkman. Hope y'all are enjoying y'all rainy Sunday for those of us that are enduring the rain. Today's topic, y'all gonna say y'all hellos and good mornings before I go into today's topic?
You know I am. You know I'm finna be like greetings, grand rising, salutations, and all that good stuff, man. It's Sunday. If you woke up and you opened your eyes, that's right there. It's a blessing within itself. So I just want to tell all my people good morning. And y'all get in here, because grab your coffee. We finna get ready to speak about some stuff that's probably going to enrich your life.
It should enrich their life. Today's topic is going to be about loyalty. We're going to have Chosen discuss what loyalty is in his perception, his ideas, and FD is going to address the misconceptions of loyalty. If you missed last week topic was shortchanging the one you with because you can't be with the one you want. And for that recap, Chosen.
Yeah, man, if y'all missed it, go to the YouTube page. But y'all already know I'm finna tell you. If you missed what we talked about last week, it was shortchanging the one you with, as she so eloquently said. Shortchanging the one you with, because you can't be with the one you won't. I kind of actually thought that we probably should have did a part 2 to that too. For the reason why, because the meat of it wasn't as, I ain't really get to elaborate on it like I wanted to, but we're going to keep it right there. But I'm just going to do the recap, say, look, it's basically, we talked about shortchanging the one you with because you can't be with the one you want. And, it's a lot of different variables go along with that. Maybe maybe you had a situation where that person just wasn't, that person just felt like y'all wasn't the match or whatever, and you felt that you wanted to be with them, and you probably would like to keep that gate open. You keep the door unlocked, you keep the light on, and in doing so,
Motel 6.
yeah, you keep the light on, keep the gate open, and so you get, and so for the fact that most people don't want to be alone, they be like, all right, well, I'm gonna deal with this, since it causes a lot of chaos, and it causes a lot of Facebook memes and to sit up and say, hey, what was it? I seen one that said like, well, I wanted you, but this could be us. I wanted you, but since you didn't, this is what happened, and this, that type of stuff. But then the other person that you probably was with at the time wasn't necessarily what you exactly wanted. So you took that because you couldn't have what you exactly wanted. So that's basically what we talked about last week.
Settling.
It's different. And in essence, that's pretty much what you wind up doing.
Settling. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for that recap. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump into loyalty. And for those that don't understand what loyalty is, we can use synonyms all day. That's called faithfulness. That's being true blue. That's being that ace. That is what most people will say loyalty really is. But loyalty is the supportive person. That's what loyalty is. It's a supportive person. It's not saying I can go out here and run amok, do all the damage I want to do, and that person's still gonna ride with you to the end.
That's one of those things that he was getting ready to talk about. You walking into his territory now, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's a misconception of loyalty.
We might as well go start with that.
Misconceptions?
You might as well go start with that, man. You didn't already open up the gate.
I know. I can't help it.
Who we have in the room now, man? Is that Shell? Who is this?
Quite possibly.
Okay. So good morning. Yeah, so good morning to the one that's in here now.
There we go. All right, so misconceptions of loyalty. Frederick.
Well, you just pretty much smacked most of it right on the head there.
I just opened it, so go ahead and walk right in.
But think about it. I've been sitting here dissecting words all morning. And so you have to think of the concept, look, which in the Bible means low, Yal, T. So low, y'all, truth, trust, testing, faithfulness. That's what loyalty is in a nutshell. It's where you share that common goal. There is that truth, there's trust, there's that faithfulness, and it has to be tested. Well, time, situations, events, and all of those things are going to test your version of what you consider loyalty to be. Mm-hmm. Now, you can't usually be loyal to anyone else if you can't be true to who you are. So that goes hand in hand with what, Chosen says all the time. Know yourself.
True to thyself.
If you can't be true to you, how are you going to be true to somebody else? Mm-hmm. Because in effect, being loyal is actually being true to what you say you're going to do. Almost in a nutshell. Or trust in who you say you're going to be. I mean, true to who you say you're going to be.
Okay.
So it's not true to who you say you're going to be. No one can trust you.
Okay, so I need you to tackle the misconceptions they have. Good morning, Rochelle. We need you to tackle the misconceptions out here of loyalty, and with that, how that, I want to use that word fall here, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
That's the perfect word.
Okay. Okay, with that, how men and women fall with the false sense of loyalty.
Well, simple. You want to be, okay, you can only be loyal to that which is true, what's trustworthy, and what can stand the test of time. So I would say the misconception is that, like you was getting ready to say earlier, that ride or die protocol.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you can ride and dodge, or you can ride and go straight to hell. So the concept of ride or die, that's like, you got these people, like they had that one book, I think it was American Me, that movie, and they were partners in crime. They were completely loyal to one another in everything that was wrong. And when you're completely loyal to everything that is wrong, then you're going to get back what you're loyal to, nothing but more wrong. So I would say the biggest misconception of loyalty is you're not loyal to you, or you're not loyal to your friend, or you're not loyal to your person that you're in a relationship with. But that last T is why. And TY, when most people just type it out, is just thank you. And basically loyalty is cherishing and being thankful and being faithful to the person that is your, as I call it, friend, or your free indeeder. So your friend is just somebody that wants you to continue to keep walking in freedom. They want you to be free to go and be the best you can be. So
right, that's a true friend.
Exactly, a free indeeder. and they're always gonna be there. That's why you have the S, because friends stay. Loyalty basically in a nutshell is a friend that stays there at all times. Even when they can't be there physically, their presence is still with you.
And that can be based on things that the encouragement, the seeds that you've planted into this friend.
Correct. I mean, you ever been in a situation where you're getting ready to go do something and you hear your friend's voice in your head saying, don't do that. Because you've already had that discussion.
You've already had that discussion, yeah.
It was brought up in a conversation and you hear their voice because they are still with you. Loyalty, basically in a nutshell, if you really think about, I have what I call the vision of the cups. And if you can imagine, if you will, two cups together, touching rim to rim, but there's a space in between those two cups. Now, that space in between those cups is times, situations, circumstances, and everything else there is. But you also have what the Bible says, your cup runneth over. So a broken cup can't hold water. A broken cup can't hold love. A broken cup can't forgive because everything that you try to put in it runs right out. A broken cup can't hold knowledge. A broken cup can't hold understanding. So when our cups run over, they spill into the other person that's with us, that other part of that triangle. When Most people have a misconception of the two flesh become one. And that's when he gave me the cup analogy. Well, if you think of it, you take a cup, which is a child, and you balance half of that bottom of the first cup, half the bottom of the second cup. Those are the parents. So as they learn and grow and they are filled up, everything they learn and take with them spills over into their child's life. So you got two cups spilling into a smaller cup or a cup at the bottom, and it all flows into that one vessel. The two cups become one when everything you have goes into someone else, which is a child. Your child is the embodiment of the mother and father made flesh.
Okay.
It is a child is a living, walking, breathing consummation of your union. Well,
so right now you're going to go ahead and tear apart completely. What did you call it? The ride or die mentality?
Well, that's the whole point.
Tear it apart. Go right ahead.
If your cup is broken, how are you going to ride or die? You're just going to die because you can't hold what the other person is trying to give you. So you can go with them, but you're still going to get left behind one way or the other because you can't sustain anything or hold on to anything if your cup is broken. So when you engage ride or die protocol, what you're basically saying, I know what we're finna do is wrong, but I'm willing to go to hell with you.
Rochelle said, "Do not pass go. Do not click $200.
$200.
Go straight to hell."
HE double hockey sticks.
I have yet to hear anybody speak positively of the ride or die protocol.
Yeah, I never.
You know,
really
I haven't either.
I put it in a song once before, but I was like, you know, that was just because most people gravitate towards that and they understand that. But
They
the ride or die
understand it.
is like, you know, yeah.
All right, Chosen.
What's
Go
heavy?
ahead and run. Go ahead and run. I know you're gonna take loyalty.
Oh boy.
Go ahead.
Okay, you know what I want to do, since a lot of people understand, because y'all know I deal with a lot with I deal a lot with, you know, in the music, you know, music scene and the scene and all of the different people. So, you know, within that, you know, you get your cliques, you know, you get your camps and all of that. And that's what I just want to really elaborate on is like with loyalty, you know, how we always like to say, you know, I'm gonna stay down, I'm 10 toes down, I'm rolling with you. Like the real thing is, I mean, what Frederick said was, you know, like the friends that, you know, bruh, you broke, you know, you broke it down. Like I learned something from that, and he really paraphrased it. Not even gonna say paraphrase, but put it into perspective with the explanation that he gave with the what's the word, the acronym that he had, you know, for what the word means. So I'm like this. Basically, loyalty is just like what you said. Like you get with people
Supported.
that want to help you be supported, want to see you grow, want to see you build, and not just because okay, I got the mitt, you got the ball, and when we get together, we both can. You know, it's not just that. It spans way more than that. So for
All
instance,
about go
yeah,
ahead. I'm sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So for instance, like for instance, like in the clique or the squad, I like to call it squad. I see where the squad has this growth or this potential, so I stick with the squad. Anything the squad needs, anything the squad needs that I can assist with, I'm gonna help, because not only am I helping the squad because I see where the squad can grow, I see where the squad can help me as well. And if we can grow together, then that's cool. And then another thing is having people's back, not letting anybody on the outside try to disassemble the squad or disassemble the people that you are with. So that loyalty goes from everything. It spans from just being not just being a friend, not just being a mate, not just, but it's like, man, you know, we in the trenches together. I'm not gonna let nobody say nothing about you, and I trust that you would do the same for me. And we're gonna protect. You know, you basically have to protect that person. You know, you have to build a phalanx around them. You know, and they should build a phalanx around you.
Shield
But
wall.
Frederick was saying that being a loyal friend is being true to yourself.
Gotta
You
be
got
true
to
to
be true
yourself.
to yourself. So, say you have this friend, like he was speaking about partners in crime, and there's one person in your squad disagree with all this because he does not want to run with you and doing your crime spree and everything, misbehaving, and he's trying to talk you out of that. This is where we're going, where I said, Frederick, I wanted you to tackle the misconception. That's not saying that he's not a true friend. He's not a loyal friend because he's trying to keep you out of a bad situation. A true friend is going to be the one that's going to turn that light on and say, hey, is there another way we could possibly do this? You know, is there something else that can be done other than going out here and causing havoc?
Or losing your freedom.
Or losing your freedom.
Yep.
A
Now
true
remember,
friend wouldn't put you in a
So
position
you
like
got
that.
a free indeeder. So you're going to keep your freedom as long as that person is free indeed, or your friend.
yeah, friend. I get it. And I guess to go further as far as to what loyalty is, you don't, you know how we always say that most people nowadays, I guess the term is switch up or whatever.
Yeah, switch up.
Like when most people switch up, okay, for instance, you work with one, like most people like work with one set of people, and if they feel like they outgrew the circle, they like, okay, I'm gonna go over here and work with this because this has something that you don't, and I might be able to go to the next level, you know, if I go over here and then I'm not leaving y'all behind, but I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? And then you going off and you do that and you forget that which you came from, and then while they still making strides, and whenever they get to where they need to be, and you look back and you want to get, and something maybe have halted your progress or halted something with you, and you look back and they didn't pass you up, and now you want to be cool with them again or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you switching up because they have an asset that you don't yet. They may not have something that you are looking for, so you go somewhere else to find it, to go somewhere else to get it, and you leave them behind. The thing about it is, one thing that loyalty does, and what loyalty means to me is, even though you might not have this, I still have the patience and the time because I believe in your growth. I believe in our growth. And maybe we're supposed to have this at this certain appointed time. It's all about patience. You have to have a certain amount of patience. What you laughing at? Because you
I'm
over
not
there
laughing. I'm smiling because we have a comment here, and I don't think I should tell you. I mean, I need to tell you who it is because you're gonna know. Now, Leroy says loyalty is not on the side of right or wrong. Loyalty is tied into love and commitment. In other words, a person will love and commit to you concerning your cause due to what's in the individual for that person. On the contrary, the covenant of loyalty can be broken when the time seems fit to do so. To conclude, loyalty shouldn't be solicited but gave freely when love and commitment sets into one's heart for an individual. I love the way he just wraps up our show,
You said loyalty is not on the side of right or wrong, but everything you said had to do with doing right.
He was talking about love and commitment, and I see where you're going with that. Love and commitment is doing right. I get what you're saying. However,
hey, yo, I guess the Legion of Doom, they was loyal to each other, but they was evil as all.
Exactly.
Let me quit.
But you see what I'm saying? That could be misconstrued in so many different ways. Now, you did say, let's talk about how it can be misconstrued.
Misconceptions of loyalty, yes. Go for it. Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, it still goes back to that ride or die protocol. But when he said all those wonderful things, but the only thing that I have issue with is there's no right and wrong, but actually there is, because everything he mentioned that had to do with loyalty had to do with being on the side of right.
Because loyalty is on the side of right. It's love and
Correct.
commitment. It's a
You
covenant.
can't damage yourself. So it's wrong to damage yourself. So if you're true to yourself and you're building yourself up, it is the right thing to do.
And
I'm just saying,
chosen.
little statement.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like,
What's up?
all I saw was your profile picture. I'm like, where did you go?
Yeah, this phone did something retarded.
It's raining. I expect some technical difficulties
I
today.
actually did something retarded. I didn't mean to do it, but yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to
So,
my world.
Frederick, back to your misconception.
I mean, it's not so much as all of the misconceptions that people have. To be honest, everybody knows what loyalty is. Not everybody obeys what they know or what they profess.
Mm, mm. That's true right there. I can get that. Go ahead, Ro.
Shoot. I mean, to really elaborate on, it's like, yeah, you just not sticking true to your word and not, um, you having ulterior motives. I think that's the one thing that really messes the whole thing up when you got
Loyalty.
ulterior motives. Yeah, cause see, a lot of people sometimes, and this is one thing that I always say. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you heard me say this too. Nobody ever really does anything without wanting something for themselves. And the reason why I say that is because even if you do something for somebody's good, you still want to see them happy. You still want to see them well off, and that does something good for you. So that still means that there's something that you want. And it goes back to another show that we had where Frederick, when we were talking about oh man, I'm almost losing my thought. Well, Frederick, it was the show that we were talking about where you have to decipher which it was the jealousy when we were talking about jealousy. When we
Pitfalls of
talking about
jealousy.
when we talking about the pitfalls of jealousy, you're going to be faced with uh you I want to say like the Indiana Jones complex. And the reason why I'm gonna say that is this: when they went for the Holy Grail, he had a choice to make. Like, okay, I'm either gonna drink this water or I'm gonna save the water so I can save my father. So you have a choice to make. So whenever you get to a point to where you are in, and this is where it comes full circle. Stay with me.
Okay.
When you get to the point to where you're dealing with people and you see what it is that they're attached to and where it is that and what you're attached to, y'all on the same journey, and you're gonna be faced with how can I benefit? How can this benefit me? How can this benefit, and how's it going to benefit them? And then it's up to you and your own person, because there's a reason why you said knowing yourself. What are you going to put first? Is this for the betterment of the whole, or is it just for the betterment of me? So it's always like that. So whenever you dealing with people and their loyalty, is like, how are you gonna stay down? Are you gonna stay down until something that you feel like don't work for you, when it starts not to work for you? Are you finna bounce? Or are you
Okay.
finna be like, am I gonna see it through? Like I just got through saying, okay, go ahead.
Leroy is kind of agreeing here with what Frederick said. And I'm saying
All
that
right.
because of his next comment. It says Satan's fallen angels was loyal to him as well as Al Capone and his gang, but both represented evil. So loyalty is not just on the side of right, but it is between the two. It's an agreement, it's a covenant between the two. That's and I see what both of you are saying. It is a covenant, it is an agreement. Okay. So y'all on the same page. You're just saying things,
Yeah. I
with different
mean,
words.
we go
I
back
was
to the whole thing. Oh, go ahead, Frederick.
understandings on what we were saying, but I agree with everything he said, other than the fact that there is right to it. Because
Yeah.
we start the whole thing off with loyal to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now if I can go forward, when I was having this conversation with the Most High, I started off looking up, and I was saying, if you're loyal to him, he's going to teach you how to be loyal to you, loyal to your wife, loyal to your friend, loyal to your family, and everybody else the right way. Because loyalty,
In a true covenant and in a true agreement.
correct, but loyalty leads to royalty.
I
I like
like
that.
that. I like that.
Loyalty leads to royalty. I like that. Okay.
Hmm.
We're
merch.
gonna have to bring Leroy in on here one day, y'all. I'm gonna need y'all help with that one. I'm gonna need to get him
I
on here.
think that'll be. I think that'll be a good.
What did you say,
for a good
Frederick?
one.
Oh, nothing. Don't pay no attention to me.
What did you say, Frederick?
I was like, I don't blame you. Run.
Funny man. No, I like the way voices, like I said, wrap up our show in a couple of sentences and everything. He's very intelligent. I see that. You know who I don't see in here today? I don't see Jarrell today.
Yeah, he probably out driving or something like that, man. And he probably, he'll probably pop up in here. We got a little over 30 minutes, so he'll probably pop in here soon.
What I wanted to go, you know how they have these loyalty programs with credit card companies, banks, and stores, and even your employees.
Because you stayed down. Hey, give me the loyalty department.
That's the best misconception there is.
There you go. That's what I wanted to address with that. Go right ahead, Frederick.
I was telling you to keep going with it.
Oh. It's just basically all these hoops you have to jump through for a small reward. Because you spent all this money with this company, we're just going to give you a 2% fraction of what you spent with them. Go ahead.
Didn't we just say that? Didn't I just say that? It's like you're gonna be faced when you come into a contract. It's like when you're dealing with people, you come into a contract. It ain't gotta be written. It could be verbal, and sometimes when contracts be spiritual. But what you're talking about now is like you said, these jokers. And then you just spend all this money, and you just spend all this money, and you done been with their service for all this time. The only reason why is like the loyalty to you is you showed us loyalty because you just kept on pouring this money to. The minute you stop paying that bill, where all that loyalty gonna come from? So like I said, it's one of them things where you have to think about, am I gonna quit this when it stops being beneficial to me? Or am I gonna sit up there and see, or am I gonna be like, okay, just because it stopped being what it was, and I know the capabilities of it, can I help it get back on its feet? Can I help the engine keep turning or whatever? That's like, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's where I look at where the best loyalty is. Like, you don't get tired just because it done ran out of coal and you might have to get out and push, or you might have, just because you got to get out and push, you can't get mad at that. It's like, I've been riding with you for all this time, and it's not because I've been riding with you for all this time because I'm trying to earn time to say, now I can walk away, or I'm trying to do this because I still believe in everything, and things turn around. It's because of everything that I built, because of the relationship, because of the potential, and because of the journey. I see where we have made it. I see where we have yet to go. And if I do step outside of it, it's like, whenever you do step outside of that, you're like, you think about what else could there be? And sometimes it's here. I told you. I told you it wasn't gonna be too long. Good morning, Jarrell. So it's like, so it did, like, it always goes back to who you are. Just like Frederick said, it always goes back to who you are on the inside. If you're true to yourself, then there you have it. And then that also ties back into the misconceptions, not misconceptions, but the intentional and unintentional deception. Because if you deceive yourself to say that you're better than what you think you are, and you go in there with these ulterior motives, and it's really going to show.
Okay, Jarrell says we'll be using loyalty to get free things. The phone service provider. Adjust my contract. My rate's too high.
My rate's too high. Yo,
I done been with you 3 years. I should be able to get something out of it.
And you know what I hate about it too? It's like, okay, like if for instance, let's say you got this business, right? Let's say you selling shirts or whatever. You got this business, and you got this customer that been rocking with you for all time. They buy all your stuff, and so one thing goes wrong. You got loyal customers, so one thing goes wrong. And the one thing I hate that people do whenever that happens, it's like this question right here is, what can we do about this?
I love that question.
So how are you going to fix this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you going to fix this for me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep providing the same service I've been providing, and if you don't like it, deal with it.
You know, so how you going? So it's like are you loyal? Are you loyal? To me, that ain't loyal. You just looking for your chance to come in here and say, now there's the opening. Now do it now. Let me go ahead and get what I can get. What I thought I was finna. You know what I'm saying? So you with certain let's say you with certain internet companies, certain cable companies, and you've been paying all this money, and then your stuff go down one time, and then you got that one friend in your ear that sit up and tell you, "Nah, man, call the loyalty department. They supposed to fix that for you. They here for you." It's like, so I'm just using that right there. But then when you dealing with like a friend, and you dealing with somebody, you ain't supposed to be waiting until stuff go wrong to jump down their throat to be like, you did
And
this
that's
and
where I
this.
want to take it into marriage, because this is a covenant, an agreement.
It's a covenant, dog. It's
So
a
let's go
contract.
into that.
It's a
Frederick,
contract.
please start it out.
I'm leaving that one alone, dog. I'm
Please
shutting up.
start it out, Frederick.
Well, there are so many different reasons why you have people, but it goes back to the show that I wasn't even there for, where he's talking about being with the one that
Last week,
yeah,
Yeah.
shortchanging the one you're with because you can't be with the one you want.
correct. So you're only disloyal when you're shortchanging the one you with because you can't be with the one you want or dreamed of or dreamt of. I mean, you have so many people enter into a relationship, but they're imaginary mate rather than the person they're actually with.
Potential. That's that deadly word, potential. Because we see potential, and you try to make this person out to be the vision that you have in your mind of this person. So you start shaping and trying to mold them to that perfect imaginary mate that you're speaking of. That's the potential, that deadly thing.
Well, it sounds like somebody trying to be God if you're trying to shape and mold that clay.
Jarrell says women want 100% loyalty, but God ain't got one of those yet outside of his son. But nobody trying to hear this. Preach.
We ain't ready for that conversation. Yeah, y'all ain't ready for that conversation though. Hey,
you got a mouse in your pocket? I want to go into that conversation, but we just can't do it yet.
Yeah.
No, that's not today.
That's good. That's good.
It is real good because
they're not even ready for that
agreement with God that we need to be working on, or that needs to be worked on. Yeah, Jarrell, we're gonna have to call him as well.
But see, think about this. Back to that marriage part. Okay, now isn't there a scripture that says love your wife as yourself?
Yes.
So if you're not being loyal to yourself, you're disloyal to your mate. Because when you step outside of that contracted union, then you're disloyal to yourself and your mate and everybody underneath you. That goes back to the cups. Okay, now the children will suffer. Now everybody else will suffer, the friends. When you marry somebody, you're marrying their entire family. Marriages, back in the old days, people looked upon marriage as a means by which they could join or unify with another family so that everybody will be stronger together. And you start off with a family, the next thing you know, you have a community. You keep going with a community, you built a city. You build a city, enough cities, now you got a state. Next thing, you got a country. So if everybody was really loyal, we would be a unified world.
Yeah.
He said a mouthful.
Yeah,
he said a mouthful.
I honestly totally almost forgot about that, because when you think about that, that's how they, when you think about it like that, that's how bloodlines had like kept going, and you keep stuff inside of the family, and that's how. Don't get me started, because I'll go back to whenever our house. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, because that's where I don't know if y'all saw this post I made, and then the story that I made, and like when I call a family house, like when I put on there like my last name, my last name is Hardiman, so when I put like House Hardiman, it was this is my house, my clan. And back then, when everything was going on, and even when they was doing it wrong, they was like, hey, we need to join these two families together because y'all have this, and if we come together, then we can have this. So that they had like arranged, even though if they had like arranged unities between heir and heiress, they were doing it to keep building an empire. There was a certain loyalty that had to go on with that, because if we're gonna make it, and we're gonna make it together, even if we gotta put aside differences, if we gotta put aside differences and avoid feuds, and this is what we're gonna have to do for the survival of this bloodline. So a lot of that came from, and it's like, even like you hear the organized crime syndicates, they speak on loyalty like it is so how's your
La familia.
Yeah.
So we have, so what's up with your loyalty? I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
So why do
Join
you
my
suppose
family. You know what I'm saying? Like, join the family. Bring it in. You have a certain loyalty, a certain code that you live by. And so I totally agree with what Frederick said, man. Dog, I miss that. Like that's important.
why do you suppose it's easier to go into a covenant, let's say, of wrong than it is to go into a covenant of right?
Dog, because
that's the easiest thing in the world.
That's the easiest thing in the world, because sometimes, okay, you always want something. So if it's something that's appealing to you, then you gravitate towards it. If you didn't have this, but all I had to do, if you didn't have this and it was something that you wanted, and then you look at the cost of what it took to get, or what it takes to get, and you're willing to pay that price, then it's easy for people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and
simple.
Think about it.
It's
the easiest in the world is to join your ability with someone else to accomplish a goal. Because you can't do it by yourself. And in some cases, the evil person doesn't want to do it because they don't want to get caught. So they want to get you dumb idiots to go and do it for them.
Mm-hmm. Your record, yours is clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
They ain't got, yep.
Jarrell says some people use loyalty to disguise saying, do what I want you to do.
Correct.
They do.
Correct. That's
correct.
Misconception of loyalty. Loyalty
Jarrell, I got something for you after the show. I'm going to send it to you, man.
Okay.
Now go to it. Loyalty is true to you, true to what you stand for, true to your family, true to your friends, true to your upbringings, true to your God, true to your morals, true to your values. Anything that comes against that is to be instantly dismissed. But what people try to do, it's easy to get you. It's like when I used to always take the children and we would have little family meetings, and I used to drill the scriptures into them and drill the scriptures into them and drill the scriptures into them. And after a while, they got sick and tired of hearing me drilling the scriptures into them. And the minute that they didn't have to listen to me drilling the scriptures into them, they went out and screwed up in every way I told them not to.
Rebellion.
But then they came back to listen. Rebellion is easy. Getting back to where you fell from is hard. And people don't understand that repent means to return to the level from which you failed.
Yeah.
So
I didn't. Thank you. That's another reason why I didn't really know that in that depth. I told y'all, man, these convos be good.
Tell
this
again.
testament right here.
I don't think they hear you. Okay.
Y'all think we be playing, man? It be going down in the convo.
It should be called Coffee and Truth Soup.
It's breakfast, man. Yeah.
It is. It is. Okay. So again, I still want to tear apart all of the misconceptions of loyalty and replace it with the right way of doing things.
You know what?
Go ahead.
One of the misconceptions of loyalty is, I think I said this, but I don't think I elaborated on it. One of the misconceptions of loyalty is like we'll go back to like the rewards program. You get with you down with somebody, you down with somebody until you feel like it's time for you to roll out. I probably said that, but if you didn't hear it, then I'm saying it again. I think that's a misconception too. Well, I've been down with you for this long. It's time for me to roll out.
Okay, that's basically the same thing as a fair weather friend.
And it's like, so you don't think that I did this? You don't think that I did this? So I think I earned the right to. I think I earned the right to invoke
That's
this because I've given this and I've given that and this and that.
That's
no,
someone
I was
that can't
loyal.
stand the rain.
Yeah, no, I was. No, I was. Yeah, I hear you. I hear
That's
you.
someone that can't stand the rain.
Stand the rain. Yeah, it's you know it's that to me that's like one of the that's not loyalty right there. That's you getting in where you fit in and think you done your time, and now it's time for you to be free. I think Frederick had that in his acronym for friend.
Okay.
Like free.
That's
free.
someone
You know,
looking for the bigger, better deal.
Like you looking for like you looking for the bigger, better deal. Like you hop in until something better comes along. Like that's not loyalty. To me, I think that's a misconception
Or
of loyalty.
someone
Like
linking up someone linking up with you just to make sure that they're comfortable until they get to where they want to be and then move around.
Fair weather friend.
Fair weather friends. Yeah. Okay.
Fair weather friends. Misconception. I just say that's a misconception of loyalty.
Think about it like this. The foundation of trust is loyalty. When someone has proven themselves, you begin to trust them.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll go back to. Go ahead.
We have a comment. Jarrell says, I just think it's crazy people be wanting loyalty, but they don't be offering enough to be loyal to. Be out here loyal to a whole sexless, stressless, beautiful woman. Be more than beautiful. Be valuable.
Hua.
What did you say?
Military for Hua. That's
yeah, I get it.
That's military for hell yeah.
I get it.
Hua.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. I'm still looking at his that statement, be out here loyal to whole sexless, stressful, beautiful women.
Stop it.
Women. Okay, this is the other thing.
Okay.
Now, in the scriptures, we're called man. Now, a female, that's why they come up with these names to misconstrue things. But in the scriptures, the man and the woman. Well, a woman is a man with the womb. So you have a man and you have a man with the womb. The only difference between us is one has a womb. One has the womb.
One is prettier.
But when you put us together, we're still called men.
Yep.
We are man. God made man. And when he says man, it encompasses all. When you start getting all these other labels and titles that the Most High didn't give us because we are disloyal to him, is when the confusion comes in.
I get that.
I get that too.
I
get that. All right, y'all, we have 15 minutes. And in this 15 minutes, I want y'all to go ahead and do the bullet points to make sure that it's actually gotten over to our viewers what loyalty really is. Go.
I mean, loyalty is just basically, I want the best for
Covenant
you.
of agreement.
The covenant agreement contract, I want the best for you, and you should want the same for me. It's reciprocated, man. You know, it ain't just I'm gonna stay down until it's time for me to move around.
Jarrell says he don't agree, but he understands the concept. What exactly don't you agree with, Jarrell? Why he typing that up? Go right ahead.
You know, so it's like, you know, you'll be proud. Like, let's say I built this studio. Let's say I built this little studio, and all I got is like the basics to record, to make tracks or whatever. It's the basics. You down with me. The people that started out with me, they said, like, I see this is happening, and I'm gonna help you get to where you are. And you might have that one person that be like, man, I went to his studio, he got this style, like he could take me to the next level. And you know, it ain't nothing really wrong with that. But at the same time, you know, you can't be sitting up here, you know, with the fist. But then the ones that said that they were down, and now we up here full-fledged studio the ones that was down there that was still there, it's like, and when they look back and it's like, dang, I remember when I had this. I remember when we had this. You appreciate it a whole lot more. You appreciate that covenant. You appreciate that union because you were there at the journey, and you were there. You were there at the beginning of the journey. You were through it, the hard times, the when we didn't have it, to where, and it's more deserving, and you feel more comfortable with the people that stayed there when times got rough when you didn't have. And I think that's to me, that's loyalty's gift, to be able to say at the end of the day, look where we at now from where we started, and look at who's still here, you know, from when we started.
Okay. So Drill says men and women being the same, even our brain chemistry is different, but I get where he coming from. Frederick,
No,
I think
I
that
was talking
directed.
about where we are as a whole called man. You have a man and you have a womb man. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Yeah, he said he get where you're coming from. He just don't agree with men and women being the same. Okay.
I didn't say they were the same. I said we are
He
part
was
of a whole.
of the same genome,
Of the
whole,
same.
yeah, of
We
the
are part
same,
of a
like,
whole.
genome, yeah.
We are a part of a whole. I'm not talking about Y chromosomes and XY chromosomes.
The scientific aspect of it.
We are a part of a whole. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
two different sides.
Frederick, go ahead and do your bullet points for misconceptions of loyalty.
Well, my whole thing is the foundation of loyalty is trust. I mean, the loyalty is the foundation of trust. It ties hand in hand with what Chosen just said. When they've been there through with thick and thin from the beginning, you trust that they will be there in the end. That's my nutshell.
That's your nutshell.
That's my nutshell.
I can get ready, you know. Go ahead, Ari.
I'm just. What's my nutshell?
What's
Man,
your nutshell?
I'm back at this devastation of ride or die. You know, it's sometimes that ride or die protocol is our biggest fall. You know, as humans, that's our biggest fall because we stick. I'm using we, and I don't want to be called a mouse. So
now I say, do you have a mouse in your pocket?
Either way, I don't have any pets or anything. So okay, so my perspective, loyalty, as we've been stating, is a covenant, is an agreement between two people. It's being supportive of one another. Now, there are things that may occur that I will not support you on. Both of y'all know this about me. I'm going to tell you what I feel, what I believe, and I'm going to tell you a possible, you know, my perception, a possible way of seeing it different, enlightening your perspective. If you're going into something that I'm like 100% not for, my thing is, don't call me. When it falls apart, don't call me. Because I told you, I warned you. That's me. Doesn't mean I'm not going to support you in some areas that I believe in, because I understand who you are, your potential and all, but I'm not going to be behind you 100% on something that I just plain outright see as foolish.
But that has nothing to do with loyalty.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You don't think so?
That's a disagreement in morals or values. Being
loyalty. Because I have a friend that lives a way that I totally disagree with. Totally disagree.
Not that friend. I'm just gonna put that out there.
He said you're gonna tell us that your glass is full, laugh out loud. He also says these women start trying to be mothers and the father by misinterpreting that. He must be talking about your statement as well, and again on that one, Frederick.
I know, but see, that's the cool part. We have a womb man and we have a man. I ain't got no womb, so I'm not trying to be a womb man.
Okay, so but as I was saying, I do have a friend that lives the way I totally disagree about. Okay,
yeah, but that has nothing to do with loyalty.
Okay, go right ahead. Since you and I always going at it for something. Go right ahead.
Well, think about it. You say, I will be there for you after you screw up and mess up and I dust you off. Okay, that's loyalty.
Yes.
But you're talking about a disagreement.
Not just a disagreement. It's
You're
I can't
still loyal.
support.
You don't have to support them in doing wrong. We've already established that. But you're talking about a disagreement. But you still got to dust them off when they screw up.
You just like this. Go right. Jarrell laughing at us. The loyalty contract can be broken the same way the marriage contract or covenant can be broken because of unfaithfulness. That's Leroy. See?
That's true. But that had nothing to do with your
You and I, I tell you, that's why I love you. That's why I love you, because you do that to me. Anyhow, we got 9 minutes here. Go right ahead.
9 whole minutes.
9 whole minutes. Anybody want to address Leroy's statement?
Let me see.
Which one?
Jarrell is laughing at us, and I love it. I love it.
Which
you and I, Frederick. You and I.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, we're two different individuals, and we just proved that there is a difference between the man and the womb man.
We're gonna have to do a show on your favorite thing to bash, and that's feminist.
Oh yeah, cool.
We're gonna have to do that.
My favorite thing to bash is feministic men, but we can go with feminism.
Which comment were we supposed to be?
Leroy.
Which one was it? Which one was it that he said that he?
The loyalty contract can be broken the same way the marriage contract or covenant can be broken because of unfaithfulness.
Let's not forget disrespect too, because you can have it to where you bring disrespect into a loyalty contract and that'll break it up too. You know, unfaithfulness but then again, unfaithfulness and then disrespect go hand in hand. It's almost like.
And that still has nothing to do with being right. We were addressing loyalty as in the way it was meant to do the right thing.
He was addressing that. You were addressing the misconception of it.
Well, okay. Apparently, I wanted to slow roll in the chosen's area.
Hey, my door is open. Come on in. You know what I mean? Come on. My door is open. I share with folks, because I always invite insights. You know what I'm saying?
She always give you the good stuff, and I got to tackle the hard crap.
Jarrell says the difference is accountability.
Hey, I wanted to get into that too. Thank you, Jarrell. Like accountability. Oh man, what? Like, already what your motives is whenever you go into the contract when you go into a contract with anybody. Like, even if you go into a contract with somebody, just say, okay, I'm a roll with them because they're gonna help make me better. That's still something. That's still something that you want. Like, I can see myself rolling with these people because they're gonna make me better. Like I said, you can't escape not wanting anything. Even when you do stuff for other people, you still want something. Because like I said, if you're just tuning in, even if you want to see them do good, that's still something that you want. That's still something. So to lie to yourself and say, "Oh, this ain't for me. I ain't. Oh man, this is all for you." Like you just sit up there. That's like you're not putting it all the way out there. And because when people ask me, well, what's in it for you? I'm gonna tell you what's in it for me.
There you go.
I just want to see you do good. Like, I want to see you do good. That's gonna help me. Like, I follow this one cat on YouTube, and this dude say my view is, and of course my viewership and your sponsorship is good enough for me. Why? Because it helps benefit him in some way. It's reciprocity. There's nothing wrong with it. So it's like, the only time it's wrong is if when I get into something, or I get into something with somebody and you're trying to find out how you can get more out of me and giving up less of you.
There you go.
That's when it's wrong. But whenever my wants do not hinder your wants, then it's fine. It's balanced. It's even.
There you go.
Jarrell says you got something on your chest that you got to put to rest, Chosen.
I always got something on my chest that I gotta put to rest. It's part of being
A man.
mortal. It's part of being
A man.
Did you just say it's part of being a man?
mortal.
Yep.
You human.
Interesting.
Or it's part of being a womb man as well.
Interesting. You want to?
It's always
Did you hear that part?
Man. You can't,
No, I didn't.
I say it's also part of being a womb man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're still in the same family.
Mm-hmm.
We're man. Womb men.
He said he's
men.
talking about your song.
Oh.
He talking about my song?
Yeah, he said he's talking about your song.
Which one? He probably talking about Let Me Go. I think because that's one of his favorite ones is Let Me Go. If he's not talking about that, he's probably talking about Walk Out on Me, or he could be talking. That's probably, I have to see. It's okay to put it in the comments, bro. We can share that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Tanisha Boyd Sampson says, good point.
Which one?
Good morning, Tanisha.
Well, hello,
I'm
Tanisha.
not sure. She's actually been in here.
Yeah.
She hasn't made any comments, but I'm guessing she's
That
really.
just means she was listening.
She was listening. She was listening.
Yeah, man.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining Coffee and Combo. Jarrell says, yep. I'm not sure to which song that was. Might be the first one that you mentioned.
Yeah.
But he says, yep. Thank y'all for joining Coffee and Convo. Today's topic was loyalty. I hope y'all got something out of it, and it helps you elevate to the next level.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what he's talking about. Yep, it's a lyric. Yep.
You just
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah, I just looked at what he said.
What's that?
Yeah.
What is it? Go ahead.
I know what he said. You know, got something on your chest that you need to confess. Yeah, I know what he talk about now.
Go ahead and plug that.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna plug it. Hey, so the Versus album, my debut project, out on all platforms. That's that real R&B right there. You need something that you need to listen to. It's therapeutic. It's all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So y'all get on that. It's everywhere. If y'all need to, I'll send y'all the link. Stay tuned. Thank y'all for
tuning in. Go ahead and send that link
and
take us out on that. Go ahead and sing it. Go ahead and sing it for us.
I already did.
Again and louder. Again and louder.
And then look at what you did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's all it was. Now. Yeah, Johnny on the spot. That's what he was talking about. Saying, got something on your chest that you need to confess before the shroud of darkness falls and reveals all your secrets. That's what he was talking about. That's the song he's talking about.
Awesome. Y'all have a lovely Sunday. Love you.
Love you right back.
Y'all bless.